Are you a woman suffering with hair loss or thinning hair? If so, this program may help you find the answers you've been looking for. We've brought together women from around the country who will share personal stories of their battle with hair loss and how they finally conquered it. Follow them on their amazing journey of discovery and listen to what they have to say about it in their own words. Our panel members today are not professional actors. They are real women who've agreed to share their personal heartaches and experiences with hair loss.
About 5 years ago, I had a serious medical condition that caused complete hair loss with the treatment. And it took about a year for me to actually grow hair back. And the hair that I grew back was very, very sparse and very, very thin. So that in itself was very traumatic and very upsetting, being so young and having to experience complete baldness and then, having a thinning hair as a result of that. So I've lived with this probably for about 5 years now, and it's really difficult. It's very embarrassing. It definitely impacts my self-esteem, and it puts me what I call out of sync with my peers, where all my peers are, having beautiful hair and hairdos, and I'm trying to cover my bald spots. I definitely think people notice. I think that acquaintances probably notice but don't say anything. I'm very self-conscious about when I'm a professional and I go to a lot of conferences and meetings. I'm very conscious about how I position myself, so that people don't have a view of the back of my head. My good friends and the people close to me in my life say, don't worry about it, be happy with who you are and be happy in your own self. And I say, my own self is a woman with hair, and that's so that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And they all have these beautiful heads of hair, curly hair that they can put up in a ponytail, and it's just very hurtful to me if people don't understand how upsetting and how really it does impact your happiness and your well-being. I definitely think it impacts women more than men. Again, I think as all of us have shared here at this table, yes. we are, part of our persona is how we look, and when you don't have the hair that you want or had, it really impacts your own self, your self-esteem and your own sense of self. I just want to look like I used to look. I just want to look normal. I think, going back 5 years ago when I first experienced hair loss, it was a shock to me, and I had mentioned that I was out of sync with my peers. My girlfriends are running around worried about ponytails and hairdos, and I'm worried about how to cover my hair. And everyone was really supportive and there for me, but it was still something that bothered me inside, even though everyone said, don't worry about it, you look beautiful. I didn't feel beautiful. So I tried a number of things. I tried, creams and gels, and went and had consultations with dermatologists and tried to rule out any medical condition and any potential medical solution, and came up with mostly cosmetic things that were possibilities, and explored a number of cosmetic things, and none really worked for me. But this solution works for me. Immediately, I feel younger, I feel happier, I feel more vibrant, and just more confident. I feel like I'm back in sync with my peers. I think that's the most important thing to me, is that it looks real, and it feels real, and it is real because it's me, it's my hair, and it's an integration of my hair and just a little bit of help. And it's I'm as much natural as the next person, but it does feel good and it feels natural. I can remember yesterday, and I can remember 10 years ago when I looked like this. And again, as soon as I did the transformation, it took me back 10 years. I thought, oh my gosh, I look like 10 years younger. And it really kind of makes you feel 10 years younger too. I mean, it's really neat.